All right, here we go. Let's see what it says over here. Amazon no longer selling Chinese goods. What's going on over here? Let's take a closer look. It says over here, according to CNN Business, Amazon will no longer sell Chinese goods in China. Interesting. That's definitely something over here. It says over here that Amazon is partially retreating from the world's biggest market for online shopping. It will close its marketplace in China in the coming months, meaning Amazon customers in the country will no longer be able to buy goods from Chinese merchants. That is definitely interesting. Something must be going on. Let's read on over here. Amazon did not explain why it was withdrawing its marketplace service, saying only it will instead focus on selling goods shipped from other countries into China. We are notifying sellers we will no longer operate a marketplace on Amazon.cn, and we will no longer be providing seller services on Amazon.cn effectively July 18th, the company said in a statement. That is definitely interesting, man. It not cool to be a seller in China right now. I'll tell you what, on Amazon, of course, you have till July 18th. Oh, that's not good. Let's see what else it says over here. Amazon's platform competes with Chinese sellers with Tmall, owned by the country's e-commerce leader, Alibaba. Amazon first entered the Chinese market 15 years ago when it acquired an online book retailer, but it has struggled amid fierce competition. Research suggests that the company's market share in China was minuscule compared to local rivals. Okay, well, that's definitely a reason why to pull out, but it's interesting. When I think about it, obviously there's a lot of American companies that sell goods that are made in China, but when you really think about it, I guess that's awareness comes from the manufacturers of China would be more aware of Amazon, I guess, compared to the retail side, the purchasing side, where it's customers making a purchase, right? Because on Amazon, there's a lot of people that, in the U.S., there's a lot of people that private label the products from China, and sometimes they go directly into the Amazon warehouses, or they use an ASIN, which is the Amazon UPC, so they must know. But I guess this goes to the purchasing side of people purchasing. So let's see what else it says. China's online retail market is huge, notching up to $2 trillion in sales annually, according to research firm eMarketer. The U.S. market is worth just over 1/4 of that. $2 trillion. That is a lot of money. That is a lot, right? Let's see what else it says over here. The Chinese market is dominated by Alibaba, which accounts for more than half of all transactions, and local rival JD.com. eMarketer data shows. Okay, so Alibaba is definitely a big player in China. We already know that. Let's see what else it says over here. There's too much domestic competition, and Amazon lacks the kind of brand awareness that Tmall or JD.com have, said Ben, an analyst at a China market research group. That leaves Amazon in a position where it has to spend a lot of money to acquire customers while also competing aggressively with multiple strong players on price. So I've heard of Alibaba, but I've never heard of this JD.com. But obviously that must be their online selling platform, where Alibaba lets you get a hold of manufacturers. This JD.com obviously is a seller of e-commerce goods. And then let's see what else it says over here. Singles Day, Alibaba's annual online spending blitz regularly racks up bigger sales than Black Friday and Cyber Monday combined. That Black Friday and Cyber Monday combined. Those are pretty big. I would like to see what the stats are for Prime Day, though. Because Singles Day is Alibaba's annual online blitz. So that sounds like what Amazon's Prime Day would be. So it'd be interesting to see what the numbers on that are. But Black Friday is definitely huge. I mean, that's one of the biggest shopping days in the U.S. And Cyber Monday is pretty big too, right? And it goes on to say that users logging onto Amazon's Chinese site after July 18th will see products sold from its global store the company said, okay, sold from its global source. So that's interesting. So it's maybe like an Amazon vendor where Amazon's directly buying the products from the manufacturers and then selling them to the Chinese market. And then it also says over here, over the past few years, we have been evolving our China online retail business to increasingly emphasize cross-border sales. And in return, we've seen very strong response to Chinese customers, Amazon said. There was an article a while back I saw, and it also could have been a video where Chinese people, they regard products from the U.S. With the high stature, with good quality, and they were actually in this particular document were saying that they don't really care too much for Chinese products. So that's an interesting statement, right? But let's see what it says over here. It will. Well, and that's what Amazon's saying. Amazon's saying right there with that statement, that quote, that the Chinese customers responded heavily to products coming in from outside, and most probably because they're used to their own products too. So, and with this Alibaba, this JD.com, and the other one, eMarketer, they most probably get it for cheaper pricing than what it sounds like you can get on Amazon. So it closes out by saying it will retain its other operations in China, such as cloud computing services. It will also continue to sell its Kindle e-readers and content in the country. Amazon commitment to China remains strong. We have built a solid foundation here and a number of successful businesses, and we will continue to invest and grow in China, the company added. So that's definitely interesting. I mean, obviously, $2 trillion is a huge piece of the pie, and I'm sure Amazon wants some of that. So let me know down in the comments below. Is this an interesting article? What do you think about this? To us, Amazon's huge, right? It's it is huge, and to find out that it's not in other countries, it's a little bit eye-opening. But they're losing big time in China. So there it is. Amazon no longer selling Chinese goods in China. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the image on the center over there, and you'll subscribe to News Bytes TV. And if you did like it, please hit that thumbs up button and share the video. And if you want to start watching more News Bytes clips, just go ahead and click on one of the links or the images on the left, and you can start watching more videos right now. And we'll talk to you soon.